and I thought that I would just hop in and say hello. Welcome to drvoicetv.com. This is a home for intelligent Black people. So if you're not Black and intelligent, you may want to get the fuck out. What's going on Instagram? My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can go to The Real Boyce Watkins, or you can also text the word Boyce to 31996 and let me know. Let me know what you're up to, and I'll let you know what we're up to. Here's one thing that's really interesting. As I was thinking about this election, I really decided that I'm going to try to do something that mainstream media does not do. One thing the mainstream media does not do is they do not listen to Black people, especially Black people who are not rappers or basketball players or whatever. And so I decided that actually on election night, because so many of you care about this election, and I'm not going to say I don't care or I don't pay attention. It's just I told you what my opinion is, so I'm not really going to reiterate that. I did a long video about it this morning. Feel free to go to drvoicetv.com. You can check it out. But I really think we should have like Black election coverage. So I want to just go ahead and stake this out there, clearly and plainly. If anybody follows me or sees me on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, if you send me a Facebook note and you have some qualifications, like if you're a political analyst or you have something to say about politics that isn't being heard in mainstream media, maybe on election night we can just have kind of maybe a Dr. Boyce-a-thon or something where we just kind of all get together on election night and hang out and talk for a few hours. And I bring in Black experts that are not a fit for CNN, that'll never get invited on Fox News, that'll never be on NPR or whatever. So so like I said, the only method of connection I could think of is maybe if one of two things. You can either hit me up on Facebook, just send me a note, like right through Facebook Messenger. If you are following me on my regular Facebook page, which is actually wide open. If you go to Facebook and search for Dr. Boyce Watkins, anybody can go to my page. And also if you email producer@flynubianmedia.com, that's producer@flynubianmedia.com. Taryn can maybe see if she can book you in so we can have people coming in and out, and just talking about what's going on with the election, because I think Black people would like to hear what Black people think. And one of the things I was talking to my homeboy about earlier, my friend Chris, he was Black Jesus and he was singing for his wife and it was awesome. And I put it on my Instagram. You should check it out. I said, look at this, Black Jesus on his knees for a Black woman, right? So you got a God bowing to a goddess. Like I just love that. So check it out. But anyway, I was talking to Chris and I said, and we were talking about propaganda, and I was explaining to him how when I was talking to Ice Cube, the whole time he's kind of working through this whole situation where he's trying to advocate for Black people, how the propaganda was so twisted, how they literally will deliberately go out of their way to misinterpret what you're saying. So I compared it. I said, it's like if I say to you, hey man, let's go get a cheeseburger. And you say, what you want to go get tacos? And you're like, no, man. I said, let's go get a cheeseburger. What? Chris is up here talking about he don't want nobody to eat. He said he don't want nobody to have no food, right? No. I said, let's go get a cheeseburger. Chris is out here trying to starve his children. He's starving his children, right? So it's just like if I, because maybe in that situation, I don't want you to have a cheeseburger. I want you to have tacos. So if you say anything other than tacos, then I'm going to deliberately misinterpret what you said. And that's kind of what they did with Ice Cube. Ice Cube is like on his Instagram, on his Twitter, everything else. He's basically saying, I met with the Biden camp, and then I went to meet with the Trump camp with my contract with Black America. Well, Ice Cube wrote the Platinum Plan. Where the fuck did you get that from? He never said it. And then he's like, no, I didn't write the Platinum Plan. That's Trump's plan. My plan is a contract with Black America. What Ice Cube is supporting Donald Trump. Where did you get that from? So he's going out of his way. He's like, I'm not endorsing Trump. He had a song about 2 years ago called Arrest the President. And he wrote about Donald Trump. I don't know if y'all remember that. He said, arrest the president. You got the evidence. That nigga is Russian intelligence. It's a good song. You should go check it out. And so he's like, no, I'm not endorsing Trump. No, I didn't write the Platinum Plan. I wrote the contract with Black America. So then he goes on CNN. Now pay attention now. CNN is supposed to be the most trusted name in news, right? That's what they say. So he goes on CNN, who didn't want to interview him, by the way, because by then they said, oh, we got a smart Black man on our hands. We don't want the people to actually hear a Black man making sense. We'd rather turn him into a cartoon character and interpret him in our way because we are the white people in the room and we have the power to do that, right? So Ice Cube punks him into doing the interview. So check this out. Pay attention now. He goes on with Chris Cuomo. But one of the first things that Cuomo says is, So you went to go meet with President Trump. And Ice Cube's like, no, I did not go meet with President Trump. Now, you know, if you're supposed to be CNN and you're supposed to be all over the facts, you're supposed to have all the information and be accurate with your data, why would you go in there immediately from the gate saying that he went to go meet with Donald Trump and he helped write the Platinum Plan when none of that is true? Did you check your sources? Did you go talk to the Trump administration and say, who specifically wrote the Platinum Plan? Did you call Ice Cube beforehand and say, so what's the difference between the Platinum Plan and the contract with Black America? So what's my point on this? Why do I bring this up? I bring it up because these people are full of shit. These people are liars. These people will tell you any lie that they possibly can to get their agenda fulfilled. And I just want to see some truth up in this bitch. I just want all of us to be able to get together and talk and really have a real conversation where we solve real problems and bring real issues to the table. I invited Ice Cube to pop in for a few minutes on election night. He's a busy man. He may or may not be able to make it, and I'm not going to pressure him on that because truth is, to be honest with you, I really want to hear from y'all, right? So basically, I'm going to do election night coverage on drboystv.com. We're going to stream to some different platforms. So you may want to follow us there. Make sure you subscribe at drboystv.com. Also, if you text the word Boyce to 31996, I will send you a text notification when we go live. We're going to go live early, and we're going to do it just like CNN or whatever, and I'm going to bring in experts. It won't just be me doing my thing. I'll say what I got to say, but y'all have heard enough from me. I'd rather bring in some experts. So if you are an expert, like if you're a political science professor and you want people to hear what you have to say, then hit me up. I would love to bring you on. If you are a person who has, you know, some strong views and you got some information to back it up, or you got a Black perspective and you want to come in, hit me up. I can bring on some people, right? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do election night coverage. We're going to hang out. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a thing. So anyway, I'm going to look at some of your comments here. I know some of y'all, I asked like, who's going to win? So CH says, does it matter? Well, it matters, but not in the way that you might think. Like if you want to know if either party is going to make sure Black people are good, then that's not going to happen. Let's see. Chocolate. I heard the same thing about the electoral vote. Okay, Monica. It looks like Monica's talking to somebody named Chocolate. Hope it ain't like sexual chocolate, like Eddie Murphy in the Coming to America. CNN's been lying since 2010. Yeah, CNN really got real messy with the propaganda. I was really disappointed because I used to believe CNN was one of those places where they had a real journalist who would actually search for real facts. So in order to get my facts now, I do a couple of things. One, I go to online media. I like that. I like stuff with no spin. I just like data. Also, I'll watch a little CNN and MSNBC, and then I'll go watch a little bit of Fox so I can just kind of hear both sides. Because both sides actually have facts. It's just they have what they call selection bias. In statistics, we call this selection bias. Selection bias is kind of what like a defense attorney does in court. A defense attorney will give you accurate information as long as it exonerates their client, right? A prosecutor might give you some accurate information as long as it helps to prove their client guilty, right? So Fox is going to give you some facts that where you're like, damn, I didn't know that. Wow, tell me more about Hunter Biden and the hookers and the trip to, what was it, Yugoslavia or whatever, or the illegal business deals, because I believe all that. Hunter Biden, he's been smoking all the crack for 20 or 30 years. I mean, you know, and they ain't gonna mention it, but Hunter Biden is something else. But then I'll go over, you know, to CNN and MSNBC, and it's like, oh, Donald Trump, he's like, how many holes did he have in 1997? Woo, this man is messy, right? So I kind of like to see all of that. But then what I do is I'll go to a neutral source, a source that's more fact-based, like a C-SPAN. C-SPAN is really cool because C-SPAN will actually let you watch the press conference instead of hearing somebody else's interpretation of the press conference. So this is where Alicia and I figured out what kind of game that they're on. Is we watched the press conference from the governor of some state where he talked about COVID. We watched the whole damn thing. And then we saw a news report about the press conference on one of the channels, and they completely misinterpreted everything he said deliberately. We were like, we saw the press conference. He didn't do those things. He wasn't trying to say that, right? So that's when I learned that if you really want good information, you got to go right to the source, right? So anyway, let's see here. Derek says, confirmed Jesse Jackson in 1999 gave Trump a diversity award carried on C-SPAN. Look into it. Yeah. That's the thing. That's why politics is so stupid, because if Trump had run as a Democrat, they will be telling you that he's the most wonderful person in the world. They would literally tell you that he's his friend. Because if you go back more, just 5 years, rappers used to rap about Trump. They used to take pictures with Trump. All the civil rights activists used to love to brag about Trump being their buddy. You know, Al Sharpton would bring him into the National Action Network events. Jesse Jackson was buddied up with him. You know, like he's hanging out, taking pictures with Shabba Ranks and stuff like that, right? But now it's kind of like, oh no, he's always been a racist. No, well, you obviously don't know how to Google back past the year 2012. If you can go back past 2012, you'll see that there's a 40-year history of Donald Trump's engagements with different people that paints a different picture. And the same thing is true with Joe Biden. Joe Biden is interesting. I think Joe Biden to me, here's what I think. When I think about Joe Biden, I see a political version of an Elvis Presley. Right? You know, like the really cool white guy who hangs out with black people, who likes to sleep with the black girls. Like I bet Joe Biden and Donald Trump both have probably took a couple swims in the chocolate. They have dipped in the chocolate at some point. And who can blame them? I mean, black women, my God, y'all are so gorgeous and amazing. I don't blame nobody for wanting a black woman, right? Because we are the original man, the original woman. Why wouldn't they want a piece of God, right? But I can bet you that Joe Biden has slept with several black women in his life. And Joe Biden is not a bad guy. Like he can show up at your grandma's house and eat collard greens with the family. Like he comes off as that type of white guy. But at the same time, he also comes off as a white guy. It's like some of his policies when he was lining himself with the Dixiecrats became very problematic because his language made him sound very racist, like a little bit like a Klansman. So I attribute some of that to political ambition. I feel like Biden just wanted to win elections. So he was saying what needed to be said. So the crime bill comes out. He's taking the lead. He's always been a leader. Both of these guys are alphas, so they always take the lead. So Biden, you know, is leading. He's like, these predators, we got to get these predators off the street. There's 100,000 of them, right? And then also pay attention to, this was interesting. I didn't know this. Alicia brought this to my attention. The student loan thing, like the reason you can't declare bankruptcy on your student loans, go look it up. This is really interesting. Look up Joe Biden and student loans. He pushed that bill through for the I guess a lot of banks gave him money for his campaign. And so they asked him, can you push this bill through so people cannot declare bankruptcy on their student loans? So this does not make Biden a terrible guy. This is just another piece of information that you can use to make a decision. So I got to go. I'm about to get out of here. But anyway, so just so that the reason I wanted to go live real quick is let you all know that we are going to do election night coverage. I'm going to bring in black people from all different backgrounds. We're going to bring some panelists from the All Black National Convention, and we're just going to have a black party. And it's going to be all about the election, about the community, B1 philosophy, and everybody else is giving their spin, so we're going to give ours. So that's what it is. If you'd like to join us, feel free. You can go to send me a message on Facebook. Just go to my Facebook, my personal Facebook page. Now, don't go to one of the other ones. Go to my main Facebook page, the one that can only have 5,000 people, and just send me a little note, and I'm going to look and try to find people that we think will be a good fit. So if you have a background and you have things you want to say, then I would love to hear your perspective and bring you through. We're just going to make it a long thing. I'll probably go live maybe 5-6 hours at night. We're just going to have some fun and learn some things at the same time. Good? We good? All right. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Please hit that thumbs up button before you go. Also, just a reminder, if you want to get text notifications when we go live, text the word voice to 31996. And also, if you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, you can get that. Plus, you can get on the email list so I can notify you when we go live for election night coverage. Go to allblackeconomics.com. That's allblackeconomics.com. We all black everything up in here. B1 Black First, hashtag B1 in the chat. Love you guys. I'll see you on election night. God bless you. Take care. And feel free to go to my Instagram if you want to see Black Jesus on his knees singing to a beautiful black woman. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. A God on his knees for a goddess. And that's the way it's supposed to be, because the black woman is a goddess. We know that. Gods and kings come out of that womb. So the black woman's womb is the most precious thing in the world. So that's all I got to say. I just had to throw that in there because I just believe that. And I have a goddess right next to me. So I got to make sure she knows that she's respected. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Peace.